Hey goal achievers, it's Coach Justin here, and let me ask you a question. Do you have a burning desire for more in your life? Maybe you want to start that business, grow your current business, or most importantly, be the best version of yourself for yourself. But there's one thing keeping you stuck: fear. Fear of failure, fear of criticism, fear of making mistakes. If that sounds like you, don't worry, you're not alone. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to move through fear with clarity and confidence so you can live the life that you deserve. And if this is your first time watching, welcome. My name's Justin Grimer. I've been a mindset coach for 8 years, worked with over 2,000 clients, and was business partners with the great late Bob Proctor for over 6 years. On this channel, I show you how to implement the principles of success and master your mindset to increase your income. So if that's something you're interested in, please subscribe. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down exactly what fear and anxiety is, and I'm going to do that by introducing you to what I believe to be one of the best personal development books ever written, U Squared by Bryce Pritchett, why fear is in your life, and most importantly, how to mentally navigate through that fear so it never controls you. But before we do that, let's address the elephant in the room. Why isn't Justin teaching me how to become fearless? And this is a very important question because as a coach, as someone who is very heavily involved in the personal development industry, teaching the laws of the universe and teaching the principles of success, one of the biggest things that I focus in with my clients is not falling into the trap of toxic positivity. And every day I see on social media a new coach, a new guru standing up on stage, right? Pumped up with steroids, wearing a shirt 10 sizes too small, and screaming about how he's fearless, how he never feels fear. Where the truth is, fear and growth go hand in hand. And there's no such thing as being fearless. However, there is such thing, and that's the purpose of this YouTube recording, to help you understand what fear is, why you're feeling the fear, and how to mentally navigate through that fear. I always say to my clients, feeling fear when growing is completely normal. Letting fear control your life is destructive. So it's about forming the habit of feeling the fear and moving forward anyway. Let's get into what fear actually is. Whenever we're presented with an opportunity to tap into the best version of ourselves, you can bet no matter where you are on your personal development journey, no matter how much success you've created in the past, you can bet as sure as it's going to get dark tonight and light tomorrow morning that you will feel fear. I really want to emphasize this. Fear and growth go hand in hand. Even as a coach who has been studying these principles for 12 to 13 years and actively coaching for the last 8 years, I still feel fear every single day. However, and I want to emphasize this, I never let fear control me. I never let fear control my thinking. I never let fear control my behaviors, and I most definitely never let fear control my life. So let's take a look at what my old friend Bryce Pritchett has to say about fear. He says, quantum leaps jerk me out of my comfort zone. Right there, he's saying right in front of me, a quantum leap is an act of growth. And if I'm going to grow, I'm going to have to get out of my comfort zone. He says, prepare yourself for a pretty wild ride. You're going to cover some unfamiliar terrain and encounter obstacles you've never faced before. It can feel like the safety chain linking you with behavioral patterns that worked in the past is being stretched to the limit. So what's he saying here? He's saying if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep creating the same results. If you want to start achieving new results, you have to start doing things a little bit differently. And these different things are going to make you feel uncomfortable. He goes on to say, at times I may wonder if the situation is about to spin out of control. The normal reaction is to want to hold on tightly, but I'm going to have to learn to let go. A quantum leap is achieved through release. So what he's saying here is whenever you're presented with that opportunity to grow, your instincts are going to tell you, play it safe. Don't move forward, right? What did we all grow up on? It's better to be safe than sorry. He continues by saying, turn loose if you want to jump. Don't be surprised if you grow uneasy. That's a predictable part of the process. He's saying growing uneasy, feeling that anxiety, feeling that fear is an essential part of the growth process. This is not what we're taught. When I take the quantum leap, I ride the situation, but I don't really control it all that much. In fact, the only way I control it is by 1, knowing where I'm going, so having clearly defined goals. 2, continuing the pursuit, persistence. And 3, learning from my mistakes, embracing failure, embracing the fact that not everything has to be perfect. There is going to be a certain amount of ambiguity. There is going to be a certain amount of doubt. He continues, a quantum leap is an act of faith, exhilarating and possibly scary at the same time. I have to give up a large degree of security and safety, plow through greater amounts of ambiguity and confusion and uncertainty, wrestle with a totally new set of problems, invite failure, and possibly contend with criticism from other people who have been a part of my support group in the past. Does this make you uncomfortable? He says that's a good sign. I want you to listen to this next part very closely. If you're experiencing no anxiety or no discomfort, the risk you're taking probably isn't worthy of you. The only risks that aren't a little scary are the ones you've outgrown. A high comfort level provides solid evidence that you're playing it safe, not growing, not really testing your limits at all, and not in the process of a quantum leap. You might be making gradual progress, that's possible, but you're not going for a breakthrough. A quantum leap carries you beyond your commonplace everyday habits and calls for a little more nerve. I want you to listen to this next part very closely. So just go into this expecting a touch of anxiety. Uneasiness is a predictable psychological reaction when a quantum leap is underway. The first thing that this great piece of literature does is it completely throws the idea of being fearless out the window. It puts right in front of you that fear and growth go hand in hand. Then the second thing it does is it presents you with an opportunity to understand that, okay, if fear and growth go hand in hand, it's not about never feeling fear. However, it's about understanding that I can feel the fear and move forward anyway. I speak to hundreds of people every single week who are constantly waiting for the time to be right. They're taking the fear that comes up when they go to move forward towards their goal as a sign that they're going in the wrong direction. However, the truth is the fear is a sign of growth. Once you become aware of this, you can become aware of the fact that you can feel the fear and do it anyway.